just for documentation. We'll start the record. And we are going to discuss this topic. Okay, let me share my screen first. Wait. May nyo i-off ang inyong video cam. Yes, Are you seeing my PowerPoint presentation now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, we are now on the topic, although this is partly an integral portion of polyhedrons and prisms. So this time we are going to talk about parallelepipes. So in parallelepipes, so we are going to determine the properties are the areas, the lateral edge, and the volumes. So we will be drawing the figure, and then later on we are going to discuss the problem. Okay, so you don't need to copy the problem. I will be sending it in the Google Classroom. Okay, so I will discuss the problem and we are going to solve it. Okay, let me stop my sharing so we can go to my whiteboard screen. So this is, okay, teka lang ha. Ano tayo ng, meron pang gustong Garcia. Okay. So we are going to discuss the problem. Okay. According to the problem, we have a one edge. We have a one edge given. One edge of the parallelepiped. Let me draw my figure here. One edge of the base of a regular square prism. So when you say regular square prism, that would mean we have a square base. So that we have a square base for the regular square prism. Okay. Gamit na lang tayo nito para tumuwid. Okay. So we have a regular square prism. So when we talk about regular square prism, the base is a square. And how do you describe a square? How do you describe a square? A square is a polygon. Yes? Jan Carlos?
Ano po, ma'am?
How do you describe a square?
Or equal sides.
Okay. So, square is a polygon with 4 equal sides. According to the problem, the base edge of the regular prism is 2 meters. So, we are going to draw here 2 meters. And this is also 2 meters. And the lateral edge, if we are going to talk about lateral edge, these are the lateral edges. These are the lateral edges. Ito yung lateral edge ng regular rectangular prism. This is an example of triangular prism. This one is an example of a triangular prism. Ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo nung minsan na we have a problem here. Wherein you have a solid figure and this is the base. So if this is the base, then this is the lateral edge, okay? So this is what you call as the lateral edge. These are the sides of the base. So in rectangular prism, again, these are the base, the lateral edges, while these are the basal edge, Okay, so the basal edge in this particular case, this is a triangular prism. Ito yung basal edge niya. And then you call this as the lateral edge. Oh, so ito yung lateral edge. So kung ang prism natin is a square prism, then the lateral edge will be this one. Okay, this will be the lateral edges. These are the lateral edges. And these are the base edge. Okay, so the question is, we have to determine the ratio. By the way, according to the problem, the lateral edge is 4 meters. So we are going to find the ratio of the lateral area to the total area. So when you say lateral area, area of the, let me demonstrate first. The lateral area, since this is the lateral edge, the lateral area for a triangular prism is 1, 2, and 3. So you have 3 faces, 3 edges, 3 lateral areas for triangular prism. Okay? So for rectangular and square prism, since the sides are 4, then that means the lateral area would also be 4 times area of one face or one edge, lateral edge. So you have how many faces for the lateral faces for square prism? You have 1, 2, 3, and 4 faces. Then you have how many bases? We have 1 and 2 bases. So if we are going to determine, let's say this is A. This is also A. And let's say this is the lateral edge, that is L. So if we are given L is equals to 4 meters, wherein L is the lateral edge, and A is a base edge, so which is 2 meters, then we are going to determine what? The ratio of the lateral area to the total area. Okay? So for us to determine the lateral area, how many faces do we have? We have 4 faces. And you multiply it by the area of one face. So that would mean we have lateral area. Lateral area will be equal to what? You have 2 meters multiplied by A multiplied by L is area of one lateral face, diba? So we have the total lateral area will be 4 times L times A. Okay? Then for area of base, this is total area of base, that would be equal to A times A. Remember the formula that I am using is based on the figure, ha? We are deriving the formula from the figure. So you make use of any other variable depending dun sa inyong figure. So as long as you have a correct solution, it would be fine. Okay? So what we are going to determine is the area of the base. So the area of the base will be area A times A, and the total area will be multiplied by 2 because you have 1 and 2 bases. Okay? So that would be fine. So let us go to solution. Let us determine the lateral area. So the lateral area, okay, wait. Wait lang ha. Let me share my, okay lang ba sa inyo pag ganyan? O maingay?
Okay lang po.
Okay lang po.
Okay lang? Hindi naman maingay? Okay. So, we have the lateral area. And the lateral area is equals to, wow, how many sides do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 sides. And the area of one side is A times L. So that would mean 4 times 2 times how many sides? We have 4 sides. So this is 4 meters. This is 4 meters. So the lateral area will be equal to how many? 4 times 2 times 4. How many? We have 32 square meters or 32 square meters. Okay? Yeah. So that is lateral area. Now, we still have to determine the total area. Okay? So the total area, let's say that is total area. The total area will be equal to the area of the lateral edges plus the total area of the base. That's the total area of the base. Base area total. Okay? So we have computed for the lateral area and we still have to determine the total area. But before we compute the total area, we need to determine first the area of the base. So based on our formula for the area of the base area is equals to, say that is total base area. That will be equal to, I have A, you have the base, 2 meters. Then you have another 2 meters. And then, how many bases do we have? We have 2 bases. So the total area of the base will be equal to 2 times 2, 4 times 2 is 8. 8 square meters. Or we have 8 square meters. So to determine the total area will be equal to the area of the lateral base, 32, plus the area of the base, 8. So that means the total area is equals to 40 square meter. But this is not yet the answer because the question is, remember the ratio of the lateral area to the total area. Lateral area to the total area. Okay. So lateral area is equals to 32 square meter and the total area is 40 square meters. So if you are going to simplify this into fraction, that would be 4:5. And since the question is ratio, that is 4:5. And this will be our answer. Any question? Any question? Naintindihan po ba? Ah,
Opo. Opo.
okay. So, kahit magbigay tayo ng ganyang problem next time, sa assessment, okay na, masosolve nyo na. Okay? Sige. That's good. O, pwede ko na itong erase. Okay na kayo? Or you still copy? Are you still copying? Sino ang i-admit? Kasi nga hindi ako nag-a-admit ng hindi naka-enroll. Tell them to enroll in the Neo LMS. Tapos, pagka sila ay galing sa ibang section, paki-inform ako ng ahead of time. Pasabi to sa gustong magpa-admit ha, kasi I'm not admitting pag hindi naka-enroll dito sa Neo LMS. Okay? Tell them to enroll first in the Neo LMS, and then I will admit them in the class also. Oh, may question pa? Question? Wala na kayong tanong? So we can go to next problem. Okay. If you don't have any question, then I can go to the next problem. According to the next problem, the volume of a regular parallelogram is 384 cubic centimeter, and each edges are in the ratio of 1:2:3. So the question is, what are the dimensions of the solid? Okay. Let's go to this problem first. Let me erase this one first para we can have further area for this one. Okay. Pakisabi dun sa hindi na-admit ha, baka hindi sila enrolled sa Neo LMS or kaya sila ay nasa ibang section at hindi ako na-inform ahead of time. Okay. So, let me see. According to the problem, we have a regular parallelogram. So we have here a parallelogram. So when you say parallelogram, the base is a rectangle. So unlike the one that we have solved previously, this one is a rectangle, has a rectangle base. Okay. Okay. So this is our parallelogram. And according to the problem, the ratio of the edges are 1:2:3. Okay, probably. Let's say this is we have a unit, 1K. And the other one is 2K. The other one is 3K. Okay. Okay. So that is the parallelogram. We have the volume of a regular parallelogram is given. We are given the volume of the parallelogram, which is equals to 384 cubic centimeter. Okay, you have 384 cubic centimeter. Wait. Let me see. Okay. So we have the volume, which is 384 cubic centimeter. And we are going to determine the dimensions of the solid. So let us assume that we have a unit here of dimension, okay, say. So the ratio is 1:2:3. Ratio of the dimension 1:2:3. So we have a positive integer to represent a certain value. We are using the value of k. So we are going to take the length times the width and the height. So this is the length. This is our length. The width is this one. And this one is the height. Okay? So yeah, so those are the dimension of the solid. So if you have the value for the length is 2k, and the width is 2k, and the height is 1k. So if you are going to find the volume of the rectangular solid, okay, we are going to determine what? The dimensions. So when you say dimensions, we are going to find the length. Let's say that is L. We are going to find the width. Well, let's say that is W. And we are going to find the height. Let's say that is H. So those are the ones that we have to determine. And then our formula, since we are given the volume, we have the formula for the volume. Take note that the formula of the volume is simply length times width times height. So you have length times width times height. Okay, so that is the volume. So the volume of the solids, the volume is equals to 300. Sorry. Let's go to the solution. Going to go to the solution already. So you have the solution. Volume is equals to length. Okay, length times width times height. So that would mean we have volume is equals to, what is the length? The length that we represent is 3K. And the width that we represent is 2K. And the height is represented by 1K. So that would mean the volume will be equal to 3 times 2 times 1. And that is 6K. So if you are going to say 6A cube, tatlo siya, 1, 2, 3. K times K is K cube. So we have the volume is 6 times K cube. So 6K cube is equals to, we are given the 384 cubic centimeter. So that would mean we have K cube is equals to 384 over 6. And that would mean K is equals to the cube root of 384 over 6. And that would mean K is equals to 4, or square root, a cube root of 64. And if you are going to determine the dimension, our answers will be, okay, length is equals to, length, 3 times K. So that is 3 times 4. Width is 2 times K, or 2 times 4. And the height is 1 times K, or 1 times 4. So that would mean the length is 12 centimeter. Then the width is 8 centimeter. And the height is 4 centimeters. And these are our answers. Any question? Any question? May tanong po. My question. Do you have a question?
Ba't ko nawala yung ano? Yung unit.
Yung unit ng
Unit po.
alin?
Opo. Yung centimeter, ano po?
Oo, nag-cube root tayo dito. Cube root of cubic centimeter is centimeter. Walang, naalis na natin yon.
Sige.
Yeah, positive integer lang tayo dito. Positive integer. Okay? May unit naman tayo, the centimeter. This is 4, okay, so this is 4 centimeter. Okay. Centimeter. So I have 12 centimeter. Yan din yun. Cubic centimeter. Cube of cubic centimeter is centimeter. Sige. Lagay natin to. Dito ka ba nalito? Lagyan natin to ng centimeter. Okay.
Opo, ma'am.
Okay. Next. Wala na kayong question dito? Kasi dadalwa lang yung prepare ko kasi it is supposed to be pag mag-exam tayo siguro mga 2. Kaya nyo na ng dalawang problems o tatlo? What you want?
Dalawa po.
Dalawa po.
Dalawa lang. Ha?
Dalawa po.
Bakit kasi hindi naka-enroll? Pasabi sa kanila ha, mag-enroll sa NEO LMS kasi hindi ko alam kung naka-enroll sila sa NEO LMS. Okay. Let me know. May question pa kayo dito?
May question po ako.
Yes, Rowan.
Kapag po halimbawa, same volume, 384 cubic centimeter, tapos ang ratio po ay 2:4:6. Ganun din po.
Oo. Depende lang kung alin yung na-represent mo.
Okay po, ma'am.
Basta make sure na naka-identify ko alin yung length, yung width, tapos alin yung height.
Okay po, ma'am. Thank you po.
Unless otherwise given dun sa problem. Halimbawa, sinabi dun sa problem, halimbawa 2:4:6. Ang length pala ay ito, yung 6. Ganon. Depende doon sa problem, sa pagkakabigay ng problem. Pero in this case, wala naman siyang sinasabi doon sa problem. So, kayo yung magre-represent.
Okay po, ma'am. Thank you po.
Anyway, it would arrive in the same value pa rin naman ng volume.
Ma'am, may tanong po ulit ako.
Yes. So,
Di ba po dun sa yung pong individual answers po ng length time, ay yung length, width, tsaka po height, kaya po ba nawala yung cube kasi po magkakahiwalay na po sila?
Kinubrute na natin.
Okay po, ma'am. Thank you po.
Kaya centimeter na lang yung natira. Yung cubic centimeter naging centimeter na lang kasi nag-cube root tayo. Any more question?
Anong gamit mo, kuya? Data? Ano ka ba? Globe or smart? Smart or globe? PNP.
Pakisabi doon sa ibang gusto magpa-admit sa next na lang ha. Next hindi kasi ako makapag sa Messenger. Sa next session sila kasi mukhang sila ay nasa kabilang section. Wala dito sa section na ito. Any question, Benjan? Wala na kayong question dito? Wala na talaga? Sige, ganito. We are going to have the examination, OSA, summative examination, summative assessment next week. So, kung ang schedule nyo ay Tuesday din tayo. As scheduled tayo. So I'll be giving 2 questions, similar, almost similar, but not the same as what we have discussed. Okay? So, wala na kayong problema dun sa pag-submit sa Google Classroom, no?
Sana po.
Sige nga, let's see. This is how you are being graded. 2 to 8. 2 to 8 kayo, no? Okay. Just a quick ano lang, quick check lang. Okay naman. Maganda naman ang class average nyo. You have 98.9 dun sa FA, sa pretest natin. FA1 is 92.32. FA3 is 93.16. I still have to check on the FA4. So far naman, good naman. Maganda naman ang performance natin. And if you are going to, quick view lang nito. Kasi ito is subjected to, this is subjected to Data Privacy Act. Okay, I can